At this point now, I'm not going to lie about it. Yeah, of course, he's not at a good place. He's not performing that you know. And the things that he's doing also, some moments, some of the things that where Sterling is good at is speed and opening up pockets and stuff like that and creating danger. But striking the ball is not what Sterling, one of his key things. He scored a couple of great free kicks, so that's why he took that free kick. And people that booed him celebrated on that free kick too. And then you have the other part is that he got a one-on-one with a goalkeeper he should have scored. And you could see his frustration because you could see that it was building up. But one of the key things, I had it, and I'm talking from experience, when you boo a player, some people, I want people to understand that it goes really deep in us. You understand? It's almost like you're screaming, like the feeling of like almost cutting us open, because it really hurts us emotionally. And I know people will say like, you got to handle it, you're a professional, you got to deal with it. Yeah, of course we deal with it because you got to do it. But I never liked it and I will never support it because it's sometimes, it's the sheep next to you that makes the noise, and then the other sheep next to it start making the noise with him. Wow.
Mario, have you been there? Have you been booed yourself?
Yes, yes. I had it at Birmingham. I had it at Birmingham where the crowd went, the whole stadium pumped against me. Well, that was the same people that supported me and wanted me to do whatever. And then the moment when they booed me, I could feel it. And then later on, a couple of games, they started supporting me again. But still, that feeling, you never forget when people do you bad. And I think that's why I will support him and say like, no, I don't like it. On the other part, yes, I agree. Does he have to play better? Does he have to score goals and perform better? Yeah, that's Sterling, because Sterling has enough experience to do that. But away from that, no. I never like booers, and I will never support anybody that boos an individual.
I thought it was a disgrace. I thought it was an absolute disgrace because, you know, Raheem Sterling is not trying to do what he did yesterday. He's not trying. He's trying to do the exact opposite. And everybody, no matter whether you're on £1,000 a week or 300,000 a week, and you're getting paid for it, it doesn't matter. And I have no problem with fans booing. If Raheem Sterling, like Lukaku did, or anybody else is saying, "I don't want to be at this football club. I don't want to play for Chelsea. I don't want to be part of this," then I can understand that reaction. But when it's purely footballing, people having a bad day at the office, one of your own, and by the way, you win the game. Yeah. You're in the semi-finals. And it's not Raheem Sterling that's been making all these bad decisions. He's not signing the cheques. He's not recruiting the players. So it's way over the top. And I'm like Mario. I had it at Derby in the Premier League when I was captain.
Did you?
Yeah, oh yeah. Jim was sacked. Jim Smith got sacked. Colin Todd was coach. He took over. We went to Middlesbrough. We lost 5-0 at Borough. I was the captain and it was a bunch of kids. The Higginbottoms, the Riggets, the Christies. We played Kincladze away from home, so we might as well have went and played with 10 men. And we got beat. And I remember going over to take a corner in front of a few thousand Derby fans, and they whistled and they booed me. Because I'm the international player. Right. I'm the experienced player. I should be doing more. And you could argue, and I should have done more. But I can't carry the whole thing. And it cuts you. Listen, when opposition fans boo you, and I'm sure Rob was the same, nobody gives a stuff.
Right. It's par for the course.
60,000 get on your back. You couldn't care less. It's part and parcel. Yeah. When your own fans boo you, and I remember it happening, the game finished, and then all week I was training, and I'm thinking, we're playing Southampton at home at the what's the Derby? I forgot the Derby Stadium. Is it the
baseball ground?
Pride Park.
Right.
That's where he got booed from. I don't even know where he's playing.
Pride Park. That's why I got booed, Robert. I went to the baseball ground. The game was at Pride Park. And I remember training all week and it was in my head. Now, I had 45 caps for Scotland at the time. I'd played in World Cups and played at Celtic and Chelsea. And all week I'm training, I'm going, I'm captain, so I can't hide. I'm first out. I've got to go out for the warm-up. I've got to go out for this game against Southampton. When we go out at the start, is it tin helmet time? Wow. And all week in my mind I'm thinking, this is going to be tough because there was, if the whole 30, 40,000 are jumping on the bandwagon, this is going to be a long 90 minutes. In all fairness, they did not. But it gets in your head. Of course. It gets, and you'll be, I defy anybody to say, if your own fans boo you, that I defy anybody that says, well, that would not affect me. It kind of cuts you a little bit.
Yeah.
Robbo?
Yeah. I saw two players at West Ham who got so much stick off the crowd eventually didn't want to play, and they never played again. One player, we were going on the coach, and he got a lot of stick from the home fans, and he said to me, I'm going to be injured next week. What do you mean you're going to be injured next week? He said, I'm not going to go out in front of those fans next week. I'm going to be booed by my own supporters. He said, I just can't cope with it, so I'm not going to play. And another player actually never played again for West Ham, and he was there for another 3 years on a contract.
Wow.
Never played because the crowd gave him too much stick.
But the getting stick and getting booed, and I don't know what exactly this scenario is, they're two different things. We all get stick off our own fans, right? You know, when you're playing in these games and it's not going particularly well, and you got to take a throw in, you're rubbish, yeah, that's okay. It's
like we heard yesterday for Sterling, that collective boo.
It's the collective booing. It's not the stick. We've all had it. It's not the you're rubbish. Get your finger out. We've all had that.
What I would say,
it's the collective booing. Rob, go on.
What I would say is Pochettino, I think, did a good thing. If Pochettino had bowed to the crowd and taken him off, the crowd would have got their way. But he kept him on, you know. And everybody said, "Well, why have you kept Sterling on?
Yeah.
Why didn't you take him off?" But he kept him on. He knew Pochettino was going to get stick. They were singing, "You don't know what you're doing," but he actually defended the player on that occasion, and I think he did a very good job to do that.
I think what we've got here is we have, and I think it was, I think Mario touched on this, is that you maybe have one or two or several sort of morons who jump on this, and then the others, I think Mario called them the sheep, then they sort of jump on, and then people just get like, oh, yeah, let's join in. And I heard that one of the times I did hear it was actually Gary McAllister. We were playing an international at Celtic Park because Hampden was being renovated. I think we're playing the Czech Republic, and the crowd started booing him. Scotland captain. One of the best midfielders Scotland had. You know, we've had great midfielders, and Gary was one of them. Terrific player, but he missed a penalty at Wembley.
Yeah, 96.
And a year or two before that, in this big game. And by the way, he was cut to pieces about that. That's how emotional, that's how much he loved playing for Scotland. And yet, we went through this little bad period, and I guarantee you somebody in the crowd went, oh, he missed the penalty. And they all started booing him, and then everybody joined in. Not everybody, a lot of them joined in, and it was very, very noticeable. And that cuts players. Maybe you're booing your captain of your captain of your country, potentially because he'd missed this penalty and then Scotland weren't playing particularly well. And it's not everybody in the crowd, but I don't think people... and listen, nobody will feel sorry for footballers, for us. Nobody will. But, you know, people make mistakes. And analysing and criticising is one thing, but the booing from the masses to your own players, unless it's justified by somebody who basically has no interest in playing for your club and has shown that, then I think it's pretty disgraceful.
Mario, do you want a last word on this?
Yeah, but Craig, but sometimes you also got to... This is very important. We're talking about bullying, that it's difficult for some people to take, and we are pros. But ask yourself sometimes, you understand, even as a child, you don't want to hear that it's got bullied, or you don't want to have that feeling. Booing an individual, as a supporter, we feel like we're being bullied. So if someone asks us, like, have you ever felt like bullying? Yeah, that's a moment of bullying. You're bullying me now and really stamping on me. But like, if it's your opponent's fans, I really don't care. That is, I expect them to be like that. But my own fans, if they want to hurt me, boo me. And then you're really touching me on the inside.
As you know, I get booed all the time now, so even when I go home, I get booed.
Well, yes.
When I drive back tonight, they'll be at the front door. Yeah. Even the three dogs will be there going, boo!
I boo you when you enter the car park.
Yeah.
Security man.
Usually all at the window when I leave here, go, hey!
Just a reminder, plenty more reaction to what we saw in the FA Cup and what else happened across Europe as well on the latest edition of the Gab and Jules podcast, which is available now.